Thank you for the house, but we don't need you anymore. That's what my daughter said, her voice steady, her smile calm, so calm it cut deeper than any scream could. Her husband stood next to her, one hand on the door, the other snugly around her waist, guarding her like I was already a stranger. I had just handed them the keys. My fingers were still warm from the gesture. My shoes were dripping with rain from the walk over, because I had wanted to deliver this gift in person. There I stood, at the doorstep of the home I built with what little was left of my retirement. And in return, I got the door gently closed in my face. No goodbye. No thank you that meant anything. Just silence, and rejection. I wasn't always this quiet, withdrawn man. Once upon a time, I was a father full of hope and second chances. I gave everything I had to my daughter. After her mother passed, I raised her alone. I gave up vacations, sold my fishing boat, traded in my car for something more modest, all to fund her future. I put her through a prestigious university, supported her wedding to a charming man with an empty smile, and gave her the house of her dreams. Legally, the house was mine. Emotionally, I had given it to her. I told her it was a gift of love. A fresh start. I never imagined that, to them, it was a way to push me out of their lives. The betrayal didn't come loudly. There were no heated arguments or slamming doors. It came in whispers, in gestures, in exclusions. The guest room was turned into her husband's office. Family dinners happened without setting a plate for me. Her husband started calling me, sir. Her smile became the smile you give to someone you no longer want around. Then came the brunch. Balloons. Laughter that didn't sound quite real. My favorite coffee, served cold and untouched. And then, after dessert, came the blow, we think it's time you found your own place. You've done enough. That line stuck in my chest like ice. They thought I would break. That I would cry, argue, plead. But I did none of that. I simply walked away. Quietly. With the same calm I had when I first entered their lives. I didn't pack anything. I didn't say a word. Just left with my coat and a strange emptiness in my chest. A silent death, not of me, but of love, or maybe of a lie I had convinced myself was love. The next day, I rented a modest apartment. The following day, I made a call to an old friend, my lawyer, retired now, but still sharp. We began to execute a plan I had quietly set up years ago, after my second heart attack. What they never realized was this: the house wasn't just a gift. It was part of a legal trust, one with a specific clause. If I, the main beneficiary, was removed or displaced without consent, the trust could reclaim the property within 7 days, no explanation needed. They never asked whose name was really on the deed. Too sure of themselves. Too comfortable. On the 7th day after they kicked me out, my phone rang. It was her. Dad, something's wrong. We can't get in. The locks are changed. There's a paper on the door. We've been evicted. There's a truck here. I let her speak. I listened as her voice cracked with panic. Then I said, simply, yes. I know. Silence. Then a broken, trembling whisper, was it you? I didn't answer her question. I told her the truth. You made it clear you didn't need me anymore. But that house was never yours. It was a loan of love. And love, when betrayed, comes with interest. They tried to fight it. Called lawyers. But the documents were flawless. My clause, obscure but legal, was airtight. Her husband even called me, his tone different this time. Sir, you're making a mistake. I hung up without saying a word. Before sunset, they were out. I watched from across the street. No joy in my heart, just the weight of truth finally revealing itself. They left with plastic containers and broken pride. Her makeup streaked down her cheeks like running ink. Her husband had finally lost that smug smile. She looked at me once, and our eyes met. That's when I saw it, not guilt, not sorrow, but recognition. For the first time, she saw me not just as her father, but as the man who built everything she stood on, and who could take it back. I never went back to that house. It's now rented by a kind young couple with a newborn. They water the garden. They send me postcards. They expect nothing. They owe me nothing. And they love it like I once hoped someone would. My daughter never called again. I heard from others, they now live in a small apartment in a rundown neighborhood. He works night shifts. She sells designer handbags online to get by. Do I regret what I did? Not for a second. Because love is not supposed to be unconditional. Respect is. And when both vanish, there's nothing left worth saving. Sometimes revenge doesn't come in the form of rage. Sometimes it's not loud or angry. Sometimes, it's just a quiet man signing a single piece of paper. Sometimes it's the door you shut, one that will never open again. And sometimes, it's the father you thought was weak, watching you lose yourself in the very gift you tried to steal. If this story left you thinking, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more stories that reveal the hidden strength of silent love and unspoken power. What would you have done in his place? Let us know in the comments below. Tap the bell so you never miss the next powerful narrative.